Every time someone asked for help, he said yes. Extra tasks? Yes. Late meetings? Yes. Weekend work? Also yes. At first, everyone appreciated him, but slowly, things started falling apart. Welcome back to Learn English with Stories. Today's story is about Daniel, an employee who could never say no, and the consequences that followed. Let's begin. Daniel worked as a marketing coordinator in a busy company. He was friendly, hardworking, and always willing to help. Whenever a colleague needed support, Daniel immediately agreed. "Can you help me with this report?" "Sure." "Can you join another meeting?" "No problem." "Can you finish this task before tomorrow?" "Of course." At first, everyone appreciated him. His manager trusted him. His teammates liked him. Daniel felt proud of being dependable. But over time, things began to change. His workload became heavier. His schedule became crowded. Some days he skipped lunch just to finish tasks. Other days he stayed late at the office. Even when he returned home, he continued checking emails. Slowly, Daniel started feeling exhausted, but he kept saying yes. He didn't want to disappoint anyone. One week, the pressure became especially intense. Several deadlines were approaching at the same time. Daniel tried to manage everything, but eventually he made a mistake in an important campaign report. His manager noticed it immediately. "This data is incorrect," she said seriously. Daniel looked shocked. Mistakes like this were unusual for him. Later that afternoon, his manager asked him to join a meeting. "Daniel," she said carefully, "I know you work very hard." Daniel nodded quietly. "But I think you're taking on too much," she continued. Daniel stayed silent. Deep down, he already knew it was true. "You don't have to accept every request," his manager said. "Sometimes saying no is necessary." That sentence stayed in Daniel's mind. That evening, he reflected on his habits. He realized something important. He thought saying yes made him a good employee, but instead it was hurting his performance. The next week, Daniel decided to change. When a colleague asked him to take on another task, he paused before answering. "I'd like to help, but I'm currently focused on another deadline." To his surprise, the colleague understood. The world didn't collapse. Nobody became angry. Slowly, Daniel started managing his workload more carefully. He prioritized tasks, he organized his time better, and he stopped trying to do everything alone. A few weeks later, he felt calmer, more focused, and much more productive. From that experience, Daniel learned something important. Being helpful is good, but without boundaries, even good intentions can become a problem. Now that you've heard the story, let's go through some useful business English words and phrases together with real-life workplace situations. First, let's look at the word workload. Workload means the amount of work someone has to complete. Imagine this situation. You already have several projects to finish this week, but your manager gives you 2 additional assignments with tight deadlines. That means your workload has increased. For example, someone might say, "My workload is very heavy this month." Or another example could be, "She is struggling to manage her workload." Next, let's look at the word deadline. A deadline is the final time or date by which something must be completed. Imagine this situation. Your team must submit a report before Friday afternoon, and everyone is working quickly to finish it on time. That is a deadline. For example, someone might say, "We need to meet the deadline." Or another example could be, "The project deadline is next Monday." Now, let's look at the phrase, take on too much. Take on too much means accepting more responsibilities than you can realistically handle. Imagine this situation. You agree to help multiple coworkers, join extra meetings, and manage additional projects until you become overwhelmed and exhausted. That means you have taken on too much. For example, someone might say, he took on too much work and became stressed. Or another example could be, don't take on too much at the same time. Next, let's look at the word prioritize. Prioritize means deciding which tasks are the most important and focusing on them first. Imagine this situation. You have 5 tasks to complete today, but only one is urgent for an important client meeting. You decide to focus on that task first. That means you are prioritizing. For example, someone might say, you need to prioritize your tasks carefully. Or another example could be, she prioritized the urgent projects first. Now, let's look at the word boundary. A boundary is a limit that protects your time, energy, or responsibilities. Imagine this situation. A coworker asks you to work late every evening, but you politely explain that you already have important responsibilities and cannot stay longer every day. That is setting a boundary. For example, someone might say, healthy boundaries are important at work. Or another example could be, he learned to set better boundaries. Finally, let's look at the phrase time management. Time management means organizing your time effectively to complete tasks efficiently. Imagine this situation. Instead of doing random tasks throughout the day, you create a schedule, plan your priorities, and manage your breaks wisely. That is good time management. For example, someone might say, good time management improves productivity. Or another example could be, she uses strong time management skills at work. As you can see, these expressions are extremely useful in real workplace situations, especially when managing pressure, responsibilities, and work-life balance. So, what can we learn from this story? Helping others is important, but trying to do everything can lead to stress and mistakes. If you manage your workload, set healthy boundaries, and prioritize your responsibilities wisely, you can work more effectively without burning out. If you want to improve your business English through real-life situations, stories like this can help you both in language and in professional awareness. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the channel for more stories. See you in the next video.